My name is Alaine, and I was doing an animation course with the BFI where I met my friend and he was going to teach me photography. So we came here, and then I'd never been to South Bank before really, and that was back in 2013. And we were just walking along there where I saw a skater, and then I was just like captivated by him being completely relentless with his trick. And then I walked down and saw the campaign table, and then they were telling me what was going on, and I thought, oh shit, like I need to help out, I need to do something, I need to help these guys because this is really important. So then I just started working for them, and then that's it really. Honestly, when I was at school, I was looking forward to every Saturday. I was just thinking, okay, there's only 6 days so I can work at the table and stuff like that. Really loved it there. The people that I met when I was working at the table, they were really quite amazing people. I've never met anyone like them before because it's so different. I've never been introduced to that kind of culture before, and it was just a completely different mindset, completely different experiences, different people, and it was mainly guys. So it was, as well as a mix of girls as well, but I was working with the main people who were working there, like Paul, Domas, Louis, I can't really remember off the top of my head, but just, yeah, I was working with the main people that you would see at South Bank every day. So, and it was really, really good fun. And I learned a lot about myself when working here, and I learned a lot about the space and how important things like this is to people. Because, I mean, we got so many people to sign, and I learned a lot about the importance of things in life and what is a priority rather than money. Collecting signatures really, and meeting loads of different people and explaining the nature of this campaign and trying to get them to understand. If they were opposing, we would just explain to them until they would understand, maybe not necessarily agree with us, but as long as they would understand what it's about and what we really mean about it, then we've done our job. But I was mainly collecting signatures and talking to loads of people and managing merchandise and handing out stickers, stuff like that. Like 90% of the time people were really, really supportive. They were saying they were all coming over here. Like people came from France, from America, from Australia just to come to this space, just to skate it. And then they realised it's under threat. They're like, oh shit, no, this is not happening. So they signed for us, and then we got quite a few well-known skaters who came here as well. And the general public, they were really, really supportive. They saw the importance of the space. But you did have a few people who were like, yeah, but it's where people will do all these drugs, but you don't really know you don't know the space. It's not what it is for. It's for people who don't really have a home, and they go to the space and then they skate it, and then it's just like they all come together in a group that's a family. It's a whole family in South Bank. So it's like another home for other people, and it was really important. We all had pretty much the same mindset when it came to working here. We didn't really have to say much. We didn't have any debates really. We were all like, okay, let's do this, and everyone was like, oh yeah, I was just thinking that. Yeah, let's do it. And we all come together and do it. So yeah, if anyone had an idea to get more support or just to improve the campaign a bit more, all of us were listened to, and no one was discarded, no one was like discriminated. It was all a family at the table. Everyone was a family there. And that's, I think at the time, is what I really needed as well. So I think working at the table came at the most perfect time in my life. And it's made me who I am today. It's a big part of who I am today, even though I don't skate. It's just being around those kind of people, it really changed my life. It was amazing. Honestly, it didn't sink in for ages. I don't really know if it still has. It's been, what, a year later? I don't know. Obviously I was over the moon, but when they told me, I was just like, no. Really? When they told me that we saved the South Bank, I don't know, it didn't really register until much later, and then I was like so happy. I mean, obviously I cried and stuff like that, and everyone was like, yeah, drinking, celebrating and skating a lot, and it was, yeah, I mean, we were all just over the moon, honestly, but because because we got so much support from everyone around the world. We were just like, how can this die? You know, how can this just crash and burn? Like, we have so much support and love from everyone. It's just, I don't see how we wouldn't have been able to succeed in some way, and we did, and it was amazing, absolutely amazing, and it was such an achievement. It was an achievement. He's one of my favorite skaters.
This guy, yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
Lucas. He creates magic when he skates, honestly. Anyway, sorry, carry on. I don't really skate. I mean, I used to do a little bit, and I felt probably a bit intimidated when I was surrounded by all these really good skaters. I thought, oh, maybe I shouldn't. When really, the reality of it is that the people who skate here want everyone to skate. Like, yeah, no, come on. Whereas at first, because they're so good, you're like, oh, maybe not. But it's not like that at all. You know, female skaters, you find them at other skate parks, like Mile End or Bay 66 or House of Vans even, stuff like that. So it just depends where you are, really. The other bit. We want the other bit. That's it, really. The bit that was, I would say, stolen from South Bank. Because as you said, it was on record when they said they were just using it for storage and they were going to give it back. And now it's been, how long since? Like 10 years since that happened, and it's just like, no. So I think the next step is to try and win what's rightfully for South Bank, which is what South Bank is. That piece of history that they've taken away from people who need a home and who skated it back in the day, and they remember it. Like, I hear people say, like, oh yeah, it used to be so big and there were so many more skaters and it was just amazing. So the other space is probably the next step. It's not quite in the planning, it's just in the talk right now, but to think about getting another space. But I think everyone's still so exhausted and still physically and emotionally exhausted from the campaign. It's taken a while to step back in and say, okay, let's do it again, you know. I think since the campaign we've attracted a lot more skaters that have never been here before, because they've heard so much about it, and it was just such a big uproar with everyone who was supporting us. I mean, yeah, the atmosphere has obviously changed. I mean, you don't really see much of the locals anymore, because, you know, they've done their part. They're going to go away for a bit and come back whenever they want, you know. But I think it has attracted a lot of different people as well, like dancers and photographers and graffiti artists and people who are doing photo shoots because of all the art in the walls. So I think it has attracted a lot more different, diverse genres of people like that, as well as other skaters as well. So I think it has helped it get more crowded, I guess, or more popular, more loved even, you know. Yeah. Thank you, I had fun.